In the Middle East as Israel continues its strikes on Iran, and now the U.S. is considering joining the fight.
CBS 19's Ayanna Aird takes a closer look at what's at stake and why East Texas experts say this decision could have global consequences.
Well, it's a very dangerous situation, and it's a very complicated situation.
Wednesday, President Trump said he doesn't want the U.S. to get involved in a war with Iran, but he also doesn't want Iran to get a nuclear weapon. He cautioned that both of these goals may not be possible.
The U.S. has some bombs at its disposal that are very high-powered, what they call bunker-busting bombs.
Experts say U.S. involvement would bring more firepower to the fight, including advanced weapons Israel doesn't currently have.
We've already been involved. We've provided a large footprint of defense missile systems to Israel, and we've, continuously committed to them that we would help them and aid them.
A final decision hasn't been made. President Trump says he's still weighing the options.
U.S. involvement could significantly set back Iran's nuclear program. Again, we've got some heavy weaponry that we can bring to bear. But the question is, okay, what next?
Professor John Barrett from LeTourneau University says a U.S. strike could deliver a major setback to Iran, but warns it raises bigger questions about the long-term consequences.
The concern here is that if the U.S. is involved, that Iran would try to smuggle into the U.S., drones or other capabilities.
Barrett says U.S. involvement could provoke Iran to launch retaliatory attacks even on American soil.
So if the U.S. again launches airstrikes on Iran and we're able to degrade their capabilities, well, a month, 3 months, 6 months from now, what does this look like?
Retired logistics officer Brent Patterson says a clear mission must be defined, adding that peacekeeping, diplomacy, and global cooperation are critical in avoiding long-term fallout.
We are there as a continued peacekeeping mission to help them and support them both financially and militarily. So we need to establish that, we need to define it, and it needs to be cleared, and so that way everybody comes to terms and agreement.
The longer term impact of if the U.S. is involved in kind of a low-level war with Iran and it rolls on for years, that tends to have an economic and social consequence as well, just kind of similar to our involvement in Afghanistan and Iraq.
For CBS 19, I'm Ayanna Aird.